once again, and welcome back to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum, and I react to music. Today, we are going to listen to the next song on Still Life. Opeth has been by far the most popular band on the channel. Opeth fans, y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all very, very much. So this is not a donation request. This is not a subscriber or supporter request. This is just me following through and continuing along on the Still Life journey. We are going to be doing every song on the album. I've already done Serenity Painted Death, so I kind of started at the end, more or less, but we've done track 1, we're doing track 2. We're going to keep going in order and finish this thing out. And I'll make either a supercut or at least a playlist with everything back to back. So without further ado, let's get into it. 1999's Still Life. We are doing the remastered versions, and I do have lyrics pulled up on the other monitor here. So let's go. Godhead's Lament by Opeth. Tone, such a heavy sound. Ooh, his vocals are coming in. That was a bad place to pause. Such a high treble focused, guitar sound. This kind of doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo kind of a thing going on, and with that incredibly bassy, low, kind of grungy sound. Elsewhere. So it's a very, very high contrast, I guess. This is like the HDR of metal right now. Really cool. Not what I expected, but I don't know what that's even worth as far as me saying that with Opeth anymore, because they continue to surprise me, which is good. And going this far back, I don't know, I expect not to expect it. So let's go. I'm going to back it up just slightly. Here we go. That's a graveyard. Stone-laden aisles, I'm assuming in the graveyard. So for our protagonist, is appearing in a graveyard? Maybe not. This reminds me of something. Oh, dang, I have the copyright filter on. Y'all, I got to pay more attention to my OBS setup before I hit play or hit record. Sorry about that. Okay, so at least there's no video. At least I wasn't covering up a video, really. This riff, this kind of vibe right here, this segment of the song that we're in, I'm really getting a strong association with something I know, and I cannot think what it is, but I dig it, man. This is fun. This section is really fun. Oh, let me back it up. That little progression right there after you get through the tentative notes here, this section, really fun. Higher growling note. You know, let me say for a second, the mixing on the drums is kind of interesting here too. The hi-hat is like hard, right? It's like, and it's way over here. I was focused on that, very high pitched, kind of interesting little guitar. I'm not going to quite call it a solo, but a little guitar feature for a second there. I was real keyed in on that, and it took me a second to notice that intensely panned hi-hat way the heck over here. But I really like that. Typically, so a lot of bands that have been around since the 90s, like rock bands, metal bands, they tend to have like this real heavy wall of sound, thick sound, everything going on all cylinders all the time. And then as they have gotten older, as they've explored more of what their unique style and sound is going to be, it feels like they spend more time with the mastering, and they have things kind of keyed into different parts of the stereo space more, and like they explore that side of music production more, or work more closely with their producer and the mastering team or whoever it is, whatever the circumstances are, to kind of develop that next level of artistry, that fine detail. And that doesn't seem to be the case here with Opeth. I mean, yeah, they've got the thick wall of sound, like it's totally 90s, but you're getting a lot of really neat stuff. I don't think I've used the word neat to describe anything in a decade, but here we are. But you're getting all this really cool stuff, man. It's like, it's not what I would expect from an album from 1999 in the best possible way. I love it. All right. This is like harmonizing guitars, like other bands. I was thinking other bands. Restrained a lot of the drumming is on this song too. You've got obviously the beautiful instrumentation I've come to know and love with Opeth, but the drummer's just kind of hanging out doing his thing. It's nothing fancy. Well, of course I say that as he's adding fills and complexity, but you get my point. that last segment there, I guess it's a verse. It's labeled a verse on my lyrics page here with the what would they care if I did stay, that's repeated several times. It's almost like a folk rock kind of a thing going on there. It's not quite, but like, I'm gonna drive from Oklahoma to Georgia and I'm gonna just listen to the radio. It's like that kind of a vibe almost. I mean, it's not, but it's got that kind of an element to it, at least in the background. But it works. I mean, it works in the song so well. That's so good. I like that change up. Yeah. Yeah. I want him to stay on. This. I want this. For more than one measure at a time. Great use of the cymbals as always. That was so cool. This one has caught me off guard so many times already. It's a real dark vocal tone. Like the key is really oppressive. Maybe like half tones or something. Oh man. There's a lot in there. It's a lot to talk about. As far as lyrics, I tried when you see me looking over here with this new setup, when you see me over here, I'm looking at the lyrics. And I'm not 100% sure what's going on in this track. I feel like I had a pretty good idea what was happening in the first song in the More. Now not so much. Godhead's Lament, of course, you talk about religion, you talk about a god figure, and whatever the figurehead is, the symbol. So in Christianity it'd be, God, the deity. That's the Godhead, right? It's the thing to which the worship is directed or what have you. And so I thought there's a number of ways this could go, right? There's, okay, the Godhead is some kind of person who's standing in for the divine, and they're lamenting, the return of this protagonist. Um, I thought I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And now that I've heard the song, I'm still not sure what really did happen. At the end, though, I mean, I did notice there's this like use of some symbolism around Nova, which kind of ties into the red album art and all of that. So that's interesting. But I'm not 100% sure what's going on. Like, it's talking about what would they care if I did stay? So it's like he wants to maybe stay in the place where he grew up and he has returned to, but then you've got this stuff, searching my way to perplexion in crumbling faith, I saw her, bearing her pain in the wilderness, the gleam of her eyes, in that moment she knew. I just don't know exactly what that means. It's like it's talking more about this girl that he's obviously returned for. So did they leave? Did he leave without her? He's bearing her pain, but she's still back there. I must have missed something, I feel like. And again, like the Godhead thing, I didn't even figure that one out. It's like in verse 4 on Lyrics Genius, it says, still brooding, soothing calm, that rigid, twisted face, blank Godhead, tear my name, lost virtue, frantic lust. I don't know who the Godhead is, what the Godhead is. I don't get it. If you can help me figure it out, I'd appreciate it, especially as I gear up to do the next song here. So, yeah, wild. Thank y'all for watching. I am excited to check out the next track and hopefully resolve some of these questions that I have developed on this one. Sound wise, super awesome. I would say it's one of the more restrained drum parts for Opeth that I've heard, like at least in a long time. Is pretty chill. I mean, most of that I could probably play without thinking too hard about, Some of the fills and stuff really nice. It's always very tasteful. It's always well done. But technically difficult, not really so much on this one. It's just reinforcing the overall sound of the band. So again, like, can't have a huge ego if you're going to be a drummer for a band like this. You've got to know when it's appropriate to go all out, and you've got to know when to hold back. And feel like he's doing that here. So it's great. Um, yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to be recording the next song on the album here very, very soon. In the meantime, if you have a donation request, anything you'd like to see me cover, check out the links below. Wrong side over here. Paragraph is subscriptions. Buy me a coffee is one-off donations. Either way, I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. I'll see you then.